Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Challenge Circuit course guide. Weekly little series I do. I play through the Challenge Circuit course a dozen times, culminating to me playing on the conditions that you will have for round number 1, and giving you how I would play the course at hand. For this week, week number 5, the World Golf Hall of Fame Open on the Challenge Circuit, you have Acadia Club. I'm a big fan of this course. It is a 7,241 yard par 72 that plays nicely to some low scores. I've been shooting quite well here. Of course, now that I'm doing this video, I'll probably shoot like ass, but I'm ready to jump on out and tell you how I would play this course if I was playing it this week. I will say before we start that no matter what clubs you are using, what distances you are using, this course can be very scoreable. I've done 3 different sets of clubs with 3 different distances just to kind of test it out. And distance may be king on some of the holes, but you can still score even if you're using shorter clubs. So don't feel like you're at a slight disadvantage or a disadvantage at all, as you can still score pretty easily at this course, especially on round 1 pins. So these are the conditions that you will have for round number 1. High wind speed, directions to the west, fairways are firm, greens are firm, green speed is moderate. Let's hop out onto the course. Acadia Club, let's start this course guide. All right, here we are, hole number 1. Nice little short par 4. However, even if you have the long boy, with the wind, the way the wind is, more than likely, you're not going to get it there in 1. So I don't suggest even doing it. You really don't leave yourself any favors bringing the big boy up, because if you perfect it or slow it or anything, you end up in the water. There are out of bound markers, and I'm going to be going over the out of bounds quite frequently for this course guide because they are broken on this course. I don't know if that's the course or if that's how just the game plays, but I've gone over here and have never gotten an out of bounds. Not saying that you won't get an out of bounds, because you could get one, but I just have never gotten one. So instead of playing for that, I say just get out your 3-wood, poop it into the middle here, get yourself a pitch shot or a wedge shot in for your second shot, and just not even worry about out of bounds or playing from the rough and having a bad lie. Just do this. Like I said, easy second shot coming in with a pitch or with a wedge. You'll be good to go. As long as you don't slow it or fast it into eternity like we're about to do. You will see too, a lot of these greens are pretty favorable. Especially on moderate green speed, it allows you to attack a lot. But they're pretty favorable. There's not a whole lot of like really, really tough putts. Of course, you know, you could miss one by an inch or 2 inches, but you're not going to have any like big benders, at least not for round 1 pins, which I think are going to lead to a lot of low scores across all of the challenge circuits. As we start off with a birdie. I've been averaging about a -8. You can score even better. My best is a 13 under. If you get into trouble, though, which I have done, you can take that score and it can turn into a even or a +1 really fast. So I'll point out all those areas that you need to watch out for you, just to avoid them so that you don't get into that situation, unless you want to get greedy. For this hole, you can actually shoot this gap if you have the long boy. Even if you have a little bit of a shorter one, like a 285, if the wind's in your favor, which it kind of is for us, you can actually shoot it through the gap, just to leave yourself a little bit better. If you play it up over here, you're going to have like a 3-iron, 5-wood, 3-wood in. So you got to try to keep it here as to the best of your ability. You need to try to keep it here in the fairway. Try to keep it as far right of the fairway as you can. If you do go a little bit long, this all slopes back into the fairway. So you shouldn't be going into the rough unless you get a bad bounce. I always shoot the gap. This is at your own risk. If you hit one of these trees head on, It is problems because I have actually ended behind the tree where you have to lay up. So again, do that at your own risk. But it leaves you in a better position. Like I'm bringing an 8-iron in instead of a 3-iron. It leaves you in a better position for your second shot. So that's why I play it. I'd rather bring an 8-iron in than a 3-iron. Except we fasted it, and we're probably going to go super long and into the rough, but that's okay. We can play it. Don't do that. I'm telling you, it's going to be one of those times where I play really good throughout the week as I'm playing this course, and we're going to come in here and shoot a 2 under. Pretty straightforward putt. Let's see if it actually stays straight. It did. Okay. Whew. Whew. I was worried there that we were gonna drop a bogey right off. After getting a birdie. For this par 4, even with the wind in my face, for this big boy here, this big driver, I can actually still make fairway. You can even make fairway on the 287. So if you want a chance at a second shot into the green here, you have to go for it. You have to put the ball somewhere in here. So that's what we're going to try to do. If you get it too far left, there is a potential that you can get there, driver off the deck. It just becomes a little bit more of a problem to do. It becomes a little bit more risky. So you just got to keep it right in here, which we are doing wonderfully. Nice. All right. And we actually have a second shot in. Now, for your second shot, you can bring the 3-wood in. You will still make it there with this 3-wood. You can get really risky and take driver off the deck and try to run it closer. I suggest just maybe de-lofting it a little bit, getting under that wind a little bit more, getting a nice little fast, bringing a 3-wood in, and just putting it frontside green. You have a long putt in, yes, but it's better than like slowing your driver on a partial shot with your driver and ending up in the water over here, which is highly possible. This is a hole where the out of bounds do work. If you end up on the edge of the water, it is considered an OB. That's happened to me quite a few times. It just depends on how risky you want to get with your second shot for an eagle, but an eagle is very achievable here. You either got to make a really big putt or get a good second shot with the driver off the deck, but still possible. Okay. All right. Okay, let's see if we can bury home the 61-footer, huh? Easy 60-foot eagle. Honestly, we're just looking for a lag putt here. We're just looking for a lag putt. Get it within like 7-8 feet for our birdie. Of course, if we make it, that would be awesome. That'd be really awesome, huh? There we are. Here we are. Putter has been hot. Putter has been super hot. Let's go, dude. Gigantic eagle right there. God dang. I am all for it. Big fan. For this hole, you do want to hit it a little bit short just because of this big slope out that happens right in the middle of this green. You'll usually hit that pretty head on. As the wind shifts more to our back, we're going to adjust even more. Just avoid left. That's pretty much all you gotta do. Just avoid left. Too bad we slowed. If we would have hit that perfect, that probably would have rolled up pretty nicely up to the green as we used that slope coming out. Instead, we got this second shot chip. How unfortunate. But we'll get it up here for a nice little par save. You want to use that slope to your advantage, though. All right, here is our first very short scoreable par 5. Just keep it on the right side. That's all you're looking to do here. Just keep it on the right side fairway. You're going to have, no matter what, a very short second shot coming into this par 5. And you have a very, very good shot at getting an eagle here. We're going to play a 5-iron. Maybe not. 5-iron would be risky. There's two ways you can do this. You can attack the right side and run it back to the hole, or you can play it up to the left and just get yourself a birdie shot, and I think that's what we're actually going to do here. We're going to play this one up to the left side green. Have it roll back right, and just get ourselves an chance. Just get ourselves a chance at an eagle here. Very good chance, though. All right, let's see if we can Drano max this. Let's go, dude. 2 eagles on the par 5s. That is absolutely gigantic. For this hole, pretty straightforward. Don't use driver. Just pull out your 3-wood. Whatever you do, avoid the right side at all costs. Because on the right side, you'll get into positions where you will have a very bad lie, which forces you to lay up, which in turn forces you to bring a wedge in on your 3rd shot. And if you mess that shot up, this hole becomes a bogey or double bogey hole. And you want to avoid those at all costs. So just keep it in the fairway. Avoid the right side at all costs. Honestly, avoid the rough on this hole. Period. You might get an 80% lie with the heavy rough. More than likely, you're going to get like a 68% lie, though. And that's going to absolutely murder you on this hole. See if the putter stays hot. Oh my god, I shorted the hell out of that. Oh my gosh, we're gonna be fighting for a par here. I really shorted that putt a lot. Wow. Well, that actually probably is karma for making a 60-foot eagle putt. Don't do what I just did on that hole. Pretty much. On this hole, don't try to be a hero. I'm definitely gonna be a hero because I always am. Honestly, just shoot for hitting the green. Of course, don't end up on the left, but if you end up in the rough here, that is completely fine to end up in the rough. This is probably the toughest hole to birdie and a hole to drop strokes very quickly, very easily. This is probably the one hole where you're going to see people doing this. Holy cow. I don't want to say I'm lucky, but I'm lucky. You're going to be seeing a lot of people do this, though. Because this is such a small green and surrounded by so much OB, so much water, one mishap, and this is what occurs for you. You're going to be seeing a lot of scorecards have bogeys, double bogeys. You're going to be seeing a lot of dropped shots at this hole more than any other hole. So again, just don't be me. Don't do what I do. Because we're probably going to drop another. We lipped it. Another bogey. That's a bummer. We started off so good too. We started off so good. Back-to-back bogeys. Damn. All right. Here's another hole where this says OB. These are OB sticks. But, again, I have never gotten an OB going in there. Again, not saying that you won't get OB, but I don't know. I think the OB is just a little off at this course. So play at your own risk. We got to bring a partial 3-iron, just the way the wind is right here. Probably one of the longest par 4s on the course. We will be playing for a chip, but that's okay. Getting par on this hole is phenomenal. Which is what we're going to be shooting for. All right. See if we can end it. I was going to say with an eagle, but with this wind, not a chance. Even take a driver off the deck. If the wind's slightly in your face, probably not reaching there too. Might get close. We'll have to see what the wind does for our second shot, but more than likely, we are not going to be able to make it here. Nah, with an 83% lie, I don't think we make it there. We're going to try, though. Nah, we're going to be short. Like I said, usually with the wind, if the wind is any bit in your face, this is the second shot you're going to get, even with driver off the deck. So we'll take a splash shot in, see if we can get this close. Wow, except I slowed the hell out of it. Which leaves us with a very, very bad third shot, or fourth shot in for birdie. See what we can do here. See if maybe we can make another big putt. A little too hard. Yeah. God dang it. A little too hard. A little bit softer and that goes. We'll take par, which is kind of unfortunate. This is a pretty easy birdie shot. We just had a really bad splash shot coming in. All right. Drivable par 4. I repeat, a drivable par 4. Not only is it a drivable par 4, but you have a big hill back here to work with. Just do not go up on the hill. Do not go right. Pretty straightforward. Try to keep it as far left as you possibly can, because it gets nasty if you get it over to the right. So that's what we're going to try to do. We have to partial it coming in, but that's okay. Keep it at the pin. Try to use that hill as best we can. should come back some. And we have at least a chance at eagle here on this par 4. See if we can get it. I think we can. A little too hard again, damn it. Little too hard again. God dang it. We at least get our birdie to start off the back. Man. Too hard, too hard, too hard, too hard. Okay, let's talk about this hole. And let's talk about the out of bounds. So, this is all listed as out of bounds. Right here. But, for some reason, I have landed it in this region, and it's still considered out of bounds. Like, I have landed it... God, I wish I could get there with my driver. I have landed it, like, midway. If you go straight up from here, I have landed it in here, right here, and it's still been considered out of bounds. So, I say... you can go for it, and I probably am going to still go for it because I want to finish up here and get a nice little pitch shot in. But if you don't want to take the risk, just play it back. Just play it back. I mean, you're going to have a little bit longer of a next shot, but honestly, if you land it here and get OB, that would make me absolutely insane. And it did when I got it. So play at your own risk for this one. But this is one of those... holes where I say the out of bounds is just, it's a little just busted on this course. With this win, though, we're still going to go for it. Only go for it if the wind's at your back, by the way. Like here. Only go for it if the wind's at your back. Don't even try to go for it if the wind isn't at your back. But if you end up on that hill, you're more than likely going to get an OB. Which is just frustrating. Get in the hole. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We'll take that birdie. Easy birdie. Back to 5 under. Feels good, man. Again, you'll see the OB here. I don't know. It seems the OB seems a little weird. Like, this is all OB. I have landed it here on a really bad shot. Like a very slow that I got. And you shouldn't end up here. But I have landed in here and gotten out of bounds. But all this is marked as out of bounds, but... or marked as hazard. But it's still not considered out of bounds. You shouldn't get up there at all. I've gone long too, and it's not considered OB. Just attack the pin. If you do hit it a little bit right, you will end up off the green. It does slope out there. As you can see, the green grid. Just aim for the center of the green. Man, the putter's hot. The putter is super hot. All right, here, grip it and rip it. Grip it and rip it. That's what we're gonna do. Oh boy. We end up in bunker, that's actually okay. If you hit a good enough shot, you can actually come close to reaching the green on this hole. It has to be a very good shot, but you can still make it there. Oh boy. You gotta have the wind in your favor, but you can get close. Can we make another big putt? Pulled it. Oh, we would have made another big putt if we didn't pull it. Oh, man. What a bummer. This hole, you can play it back safe if you're worried about going in the rough, but even if you go in the rough here, you're fine. If you go in the bunker, you're fine. So just try to get it as far down this fairway as you can. Man, that's too very fast. This fairway does slope out though too, from to the left, so don't be afraid to hit it to the left side, because then that will happen. Just get it up as far as you can to make it so that you have the shortest shot coming in. Beautiful. Beautiful. Come on, baby. Give me another birdie. Nice. All right. 7 under. Man, if we didn't have those 2 bogeys, we'd be in a 9 under right now. Okay, for this, again, it's a grip it and rip it scenario. You play it back, you can. But if you play it back, you have 208 coming in. And if you hit it into the bunker or hit it into the rough, you're not going to make it there in 2. So, even if you go into the rough on this hole... Wow, that's 3 in a row. You got to go for it. Even going in the bunker here, you have to go for it. You have to get it up as far as you can. Just in case you do hit hazard, you at least have a chance to get it up on your second shot. Because if you go rough back there, you're not making it up on your second shot. That was a bad second shot, though. We're playing just for par. Which is unfortunate, but that's okay. All right, last par 5. Last par 5, and again, a pretty straightforward, easy par 5 to make. Get it into the fairway. Even with the wind in our face, you can still get it there in 2. So just get it anywhere in the fairway. More left you are, the better. Just because you can use a lot more of the fairway. But like the other par 5, you have a choice here. You can play it frontside green and leave yourself at least with a putt, which I'm going to do. You can pull out driver again and try to get yourself a little bit closer, but you bring hazards in a little bit more. Not hazards, but you bring sand traps in a little bit more. We're just going to try to get this frontside green and at least get ourselves a putt in here. Oh, we sloped out too much, though. Unfortunate. That's okay. We will go for the second best thing, which is a splash shot close. and a short putt in for birdie. But that plays just like the other one, where it's like you either play for frontside green for a putt or go for it. I always at least give myself a putt. For this hole, you want to finish left and short. Is the best place to finish. Left and short here. Because if you go long, you have to deal with a little bit of a steeper uphill putt, which I'm actually going to show you, I guess. So over here to the right, you have to deal with a little bit of a steeper uphill putt, but then it slopes out a lot sooner. So if you hit this too hard, it runs forever. That's why I say finish left and short, because it flattens out a little bit more on this side. So you don't have to deal with hitting it long and have the possibility of running it down the hill. You'll still have that possibility hitting from the other side, but a little bit less of a chance of doing it. We're going to try to avoid it. That's fine. We'll take it. We'll take it. All right, 18. Wind's in our face, so we can deal with it. Try to get it as far up onto the fairway again as you can. Because with it being so far uphill, you want to have the shortest club possible coming into the screen. Which for us is still a 5-iron. That didn't come off right at all, or left at all. Which is what we're hoping for on that lie. All right, let's finish it off. I blasted that. We just got extremely lucky for that. Holy cow. Extremely lucky for that shot. Oh my gosh, I hit that so hard. It almost skipped right over the hole. I almost skipped right over the hole. We end on a 9 under though. Which is right above average for me. Right above average for me. Couple of bad bogeys, but good fairway in regulation, pretty good green in regulation. 1.39 putts per hole is pretty low, honestly, for me. Still a pretty solid round. And I mean, that's Acadia Club. Like I said, even if you play shorter clubs, you could still play a lot of those par 5s for birdies instead of going for it to go for eagles. The course is just, it is very scoreable. The greens aren't that terrible. Like even when I got into some of those longer putts, there wasn't a ton of break to them. I feel like there's going to be a lot of low scores this week for a lot of people on the challenge circuits. You just got to avoid, like this par 3 that's in the picture, got to avoid losing strokes on that hole. You got to avoid some of the hazards in the water. And if you can do that, and if you can avoid rough on a couple of the holes, especially the longer par 4s, you'll be in good shape this week. Play your driver at your own risk. Play for the out of bounds at your own risk. They're marked, but they're not always out of bounds, and sometimes they're marked, and the out of bounds is actually bigger than what is marked. So all of that is play at your own risk this week. But good luck, everybody. Go forth and conquer. Hopefully this helped you. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up on the video or think about subscribing to the channel. I do these every single week, every single Sunday for the challenge circuit. I post my TGC tour rounds for Platinum every single week. We have the PGA Tour career. We have Be a Pro. We have some random stuff. I have a due process video coming out because I've really been enjoying that game. Lots of content. So if you're interested in any of that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I hope you have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, though, wherever you are in the world. And we will catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Deuces.